Hello and welcome. My name's Campbell. This is Spiral Up, and we are back for another Tarot with a Twist, a weekly reading with Jo Gifford, and we're going to get into some cards and see what this week has in store for us. So, hello, Jo. Welcome. How are you going?
Hi. I'm good. Going in and out of that, wondering what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and then coming back to center, coming back to trust, coming back. So it's this constant sort of rebalancing, readjusting to give time to the doubt that's in me, give time to the frustration that's in me, acknowledging it, and then coming back to that that place that is full of trust and full of knowingness and full of hope. That's been my week.
Yeah, that's pretty much been mine too. You sort of get to points where you try to change, why isn't this happening and why isn't this happening? But the ultimate power is to let go and go, that's interesting. And when you're not emotionally attached, you release so much. There's so much stress and all this kind of stuff related with holding on to try and change things. Just as an example, I've been doing a bit of trading, and it's exactly the same thing. People put like a trade in, and then they sit there, go up, or go down, or whatever. Make me money, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and they sit there yelling at the screen, and they can't change the screen. But you can actually just go in and just put a take profit and go, well, when it hits this price, the computer will just give me money. And then you don't even have to look at it. It does what it does. You go back in a few hours and go, wow, I just made money and I did nothing. So you can do it. You can sit there and fight and struggle, but all you're doing is putting a big spotlight on what you don't want, I think.
Yes. I wrote a blog post once about something similar, about surrendering in the moment. And it was about a drive to the airport and getting stuck in traffic. And in the moment of getting stuck in traffic, not freaking out, not getting angry, not because we were going to be late to the plane. And so we just surrendered in that moment to it was fine. We sort of made a choice to step out of the anxiety, step out of the fear or worry that we might miss the flight. And at the moment that we did that, the HOV lane, the
fast lane for anyone in Australia,
the fast lane that you can only enter when you have two or more people in it. It's sort of to discourage people from being single travelers, and so therefore clogging up the roads. So this truly at the very moment that we just went, it's going to be fine, this lane appeared just as and we jumped in that lane and we zoomed past every single person, and we ended up getting to the airport on time.
Happens every time. As soon as you let go, it's like, you like the river analogy, and it's the same thing. If you're holding onto something, it must be like this. You're holding on to the bank of the river. You're stopping yourself moving because you're saying, this has to come real, this bit that I'm holding on to. And of course that doesn't work. As soon as you let go, the universe starts throwing a lot more at you. Well, how about this? How about this? How about this? So I think that's a big thing is, we can change our own, world with our thoughts and that. But as far as going out and trying to change, the matrix or the bigger reality, like instantly by going, change, it's going to hurt you. It's just negative energy because you won't get a change, and it'll disempower you, and that turns into energy going down instead of going up, and it's a slippery slope. So I think a big thing is trust. Just trust the process, and if you look around, there's so much good going on. That's all you have to do as well, is If you're getting lots of negative information,
Yeah.
maybe just click it all off, go to a different source. Go to Gab, go to Rumble, go to all these new sites that are starting up and get a different perspective, because there's a lot going on. There's trucks. That's a convoy. Trucks driving in. There's trucks.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yep.
And so much else going on, all these court cases coming on. I won't go into it, but it's out there if you want to find it, guys. The International Court of Common Law, I believe, ICCU, is that right? They're serving everyone. There's trials going on. This is all happening now. This is all crumbling in front of our eyes. But of course, the goddess of illusion, media, does not want us to see it. But we're looking at it.
Well, I did see a couple of videos on YouTube where the truth about the Jabberwocky is being revealed a little bit. It is moving in.
And also on mainstream media, they're starting to drop a few things. In America, they're starting to admit that, President Brandon is not God and is not the greatest, most, voted supreme, president of all time. He's just a poor little old man losing his mind, basically. And they're starting to tell, not that we don't know, right? But I think what's happening is all these papers are being served behind the scenes. People are getting served. There are court cases coming up, and everyone is trying to distance themselves from being, one of these communist propagandists. They're all like, oh, no, it wasn't me. And so it's all public opinion, right? They want to put themselves where they're saying, oh, look, we gave you truth. And they hope that the public will stand up and support them when they go to trial. But I don't think that's going to happen. People are what they do, not what they say.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how fast and how much it will be obvious in the world when this change happens.
Yep.
I think, again,
and it's got lots of
it all depends on the energy that you are emitting. You will experience the upcoming months and years according to the energy you are emitting.
Definitely.
Because just using that trip to the airport example, if my partner and I had stayed in anger, that lane would never have appeared. It would never have appeared. We would have just been stuck in that traffic, because the energy you emit determines which wave of potential collapses into the particle of reality. And all potentials exist, like there would be where you never ever get to the airport, where you have the easiest zoom through. So it's your energy determining. So how the next few months unfolds is about how you feel within yourself. How do you cope with the changes you're seeing or not seeing? And it all centers from here. In a way, everything is an illusion, in that it's a reflection of us and how we are feeling and reacting to what's happening.
Definitely. It's, yeah, we are the creators. So this is the thing, we've said it a few times, we can't be focusing on the mainstream story and passing all these stories around. Oh, they found this in the jab, and they found this, and this is bad, and this is bad. That's just making their reality come true. We've got to ditch that, see it for the scam it is, and just start creating our own reality, man. This is it. And so going forward, we can be someone who goes, oh, all these court cases, they're crap. I don't see anything. Oh, right, it's not in the mainstream news, and that's fine. But just understand that we're not all going to the same reality. And by doing that, you're choosing, I want to go there. I want to go where this stuff doesn't work and where the imposed rulers still rule, because this is all being done by the international common law. And a lot of people are saying, well, that's not real. That's not a real law thing. That's because what they're saying is that's not the government. And people need to make that change, that the government are criminals. We didn't accept that system. Our system is common law. And this is what's happening. The new law is coming back. So yeah, just again, focus on what you want. You can say this is all crap and it's all propaganda and oh my God, it's just part of the plan. They're going to double cross us. or you can project a good future, and whichever one you do is where you're going to end up. So I think I ranted about this last week. If you haven't seen last week's video, we'll leave a link. Go and have a look. The energy was high. I think I finished with a massive rant, which completely unplanned. It just sort of came out, and I'm just getting that message. So if I do harp on things, it's just because that's what keeps coming to me. So you know, you can leave it. You can.
Well, I'm a bit of a broken record too, because I think that it all stems from inside of us.
Yeah.
So you're saying stand up, and that this is what we need to work against or take action against. And I say, let's start here first and then take action. Let's start here and observe how we feel. What is this showing us about us? And then we take that action. So we're sort of coming at the same thing, but from different directions.
Yeah, I tend to be a bit more of a bull. I tend to just go, right, there's the target, I'm running at it, and I'll work it out when I hit it. So yeah, the main thing is, if you're going to do stuff like this, you know, and I encourage everyone to go out and start questioning, to never wear another thing on your face, because this is all illegal. Like I said, you go to the CDC website, the WHO website, the Australian government website, whatever country you're in, you will find that in every single instance, they've said these don't work. They've said that, and they've said that you get to choose. Whatever the deal is, you have choice. All right. So all you need is a few papers, walk around. If someone asks you something, just flash them. But only do this if you're ready to do it. All right. If you need to do it with friends, do it with friends. I'm not saying go out there and like put, because I'm quite happy to go out there and do it, and I'll take on anyone, but that's me. So yeah, definitely put yourself, it's education. It's education. Right? If you know what you're talking about, and that gives you confidence and power. And so yeah, start there. Start like Jo says, inside.
I would
bring it outside. Yeah.
Yeah. I would suggest doing some role playing too.
Yes, for sure.
Practice. Here's this person is the person you've got to explain it to. And you practice how it comes out, practice the energy of it that's behind the words.
That's a really good idea, because it's all to do with the words. When you're dealing with these people, you got to make sure you say the right things and don't say the wrong things. And it's only a few bits. And once you get that down pat, they can't trap you, because this is all about entrapment. It's all about them trying to get you to say, yeah, okay, I agree with what you're saying. I'm a name on a piece of paper. That's a scam. So yeah, we've been it's a bit of a long introduction, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to throw it over to Jo, and let's do a reading.
Okay.
For this week.
Okay. So let's do 2 readings again. Okay. This just fell out, which is upside down. The Wheel of Fortune, which is, we are moving into a new phase. So this fell out as I was shuffling. So it's in reaction, because I was shuffling the whole time that you were talking. And as it fell out, it's saying we are ready. We're about to move into a new cycle within our lives. And it's an upward cycle. It's an upward spiral. We're spiraling up towards higher and higher frequencies. So that's perfect. So that's for everybody. That card for everyone. Okay.
And it's a good point too. Like, just, you know, take some time to have a look at how far we have come, and you know, how far you've come. You know, we've all made amazing, you know, leaps, and it may look bad on the surface, but underneath, what's happening is we're being forced to make a decision, and that is stand up or be a slave. And so many people want to stand up and be humans, you know, standing their potential. So, you know, keep that in mind. How far have you come? When you understand how far we have come, you'll find it's going to be easy to finish this, right? Look what we've already done. Like we've collapsed Babylon. It's literally imploding. God, go look at the stock markets. Dooly.
Yeah.
I think I heard.
Yeah, and I think
about 12% of equity has been wiped off the markets in the last week.
Yes. Yeah, there's certainly, look, the signs are there. We can't deny that things are changing. It's just how will that end up? And that's why it's important to stay centered and allow it to fall apart, but with a level of confidence and trust that it's going to fall apart in a favorable moving forward way.
Yeah, of course. And of course, a lot of the time when things fall apart, they're actually falling together.
Exactly. And what appears to be chaos at this level is actually order at the next level up.
Yeah.
Okay. So group one. This is about struggle. This is about conflict. It's about hassles, but it isn't. So group one is going to be experiencing this thing this week. Now, the truth is, though, focus more on the lesson than on the lesson that you've learned or you can learn, or the, take that big picture, look at this conflict, because it's more about what you're learning than the conflict itself. This is what is called, it is struggle, but it isn't as serious as you think. It's more of a learning situation than an experience of chaos situation. So don't get caught up in the drama. Step out and look at the conflict or the struggle that you're going through this week and ask, from that big perspective, have a look at it, what it's all about. Because it is about getting to the heart of some issue. It is about, because swords are conflict and the heart is the heart. So it's going to push you. It's going to bring you to brass tacks. It's going to bring you to a bottom line about what is an issue you've been looking at and struggling with. So it's important to not get lost in that, but understand that if you can be wise in the moment of that conflict, you will gain an incredible amount of wisdom, a resolution, a turning a page in a book. And you won't need to go back in that book. You've finished it. You've shut that chapter and you're on to the next one. The 10 of Cups is that emotional fulfillment. So ultimately, it's of benefit, what this conflict. It's what you're saying. When it falls apart, it allows all of the dross to fall away, and it allows you to be left with the diamond or the pearl of wisdom of this conflict. So again, it'll bring you to a pinnacle of a lesson regarding what is important to you and bring joy into your life. So the ultimate thing is balance and joy. So balance is you're not so focused on the serious stuff that you chuck all the good stuff away. So it's really about joy and balance. So it is, in a way, a little life review this week. So normally when we die, we have a light review, and we review what it is we've learned and not learned, and we plan the next chapter. So what this says to me is we are learning so much week to week. Metaphorically, we're dying and being reborn every week.
Yeah.
We're just not having to die and we're not having to die and go to the light. We are learning and growing and learning and growing, and having little light reviews every time we step out and go, what was that about? wow, that was amazing. That was huge. That I can see that pattern. I can see how I was able to make a different choice, how I was to be wiser within those moments of challenges. So that's great. That's an excellent
Definitely.
reading for group one.
And again, about, just letting stuff go. Like you can hold on to the old paradigms and stress about them, or you can just go, well, that was part of the old world, learnt my lesson, I'm going forward. And holding on, again, holding on to these things is such a, causes so much stress, and it just dips your energy, and it really puts you in a cage when you're sitting there just, this must happen. This is the truth, right? With no ability to see another outcome. That's just a box. So I think that's where, again, right? The statue's not finished when there's nothing more to add. It's finished when there's nothing more to take away. And I think that's where we are, right? The cleansing of the crap, leaving all the BS we don't need, that we took on, just leaving it there so we can go forward, with the lighter backpack.
Mm, mm, mm. And always the bottom line is to find the path of joy.
Yes.
How do we know what the truth is about this reality? How do we know? Is it a simulation? Is it a matrix? Is it a movie? Or are we really going through all of this? We won't really know that for sure until we reach a certain level of evolution and wisdom and this point where it's no longer the chaos that we're swimming in. When we move to that point where what's happening here can be seen with those wise eyes, when we get to this point, we'll know. But until that moment, how do you know what truth is? I know that right now I'm sitting in a beautiful garden. There's water, there's a lake there. So focus on those moments of joy right in the moment where you are. And that will lead to the next moment, to the next moment. So that's the bottom line. Follow what makes you happy in each and every moment as much as you possibly can.
That's a very good point, because each moment creates the next moment. So if you can hold that vibration, that means that the next moment is going to be built off that high vibration. As soon as we start focusing on what they want us to, it all dips. So yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah. So be cognizant of what energy you sit in all day. What energy are you sitting in? It's not that you deny the stuff that's out there, but you balance it and make sure you give as much attention to the joy.
Yeah. If you see some bad stuff, go for a walk in nature, and you'll realize, oh, hang on, yeah, it's still here. Things are still growing. There's still birds chirping. Things aren't as bad as they want us to believe. It's just all a story. It's not our story.
Well, I remember that when all that terrible stuff was happening in Melbourne, really intense stuff, reading Facebook posts around the world, they assumed that every single Australian was going through that stuff, and that we were essentially lost here. We were going through hell. And yet there were a percentage of people that didn't experience that. Well, so there are always pockets of peace in your life. It's what you want to look at,
you want to focus
that you end up living in.
Yeah. Who do you want to stand next to? These people that are in fear, or people that aren't. I mean, that's it, because it's so funny, isn't it? All the videos now, it's like, oh, poor Australia. Australia's a prison colony again, and all this stuff. But I mean, I'm in Australia. I'm in Perth. We've got mask mandates at the moment. They've just come in, but that's it. We've had no lockdowns, no nothing. But they're trying to push now. But luckily for me, the whole system's falling apart. So I haven't even really, this has touched me less than most people in America and all these other countries that are sort of looking at Australia, going, "Oh, poor Australia." It's all perspective. But, and again, that's the media, right? That's what they want. They want the whole world to
Yeah.
be focusing negative energy on Australia. Oh, poor Australia, poor. When that's not the truth.
Mm. That's correct. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Ready for reading 2?
I am. We are.
Okay. So up comes the Empress again. So visualization, creation, and nurturing. And in fact, the nurture card came up in the angel cards as well. So to look after yourself. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. So I mean, it is almost like follow the path of joy. It is saying, if I had a little child in front of me and we were in a war zone, you would do your best to distract that child. You would give them toys to play with. You would do whatever you could. It's the same thing. Yes, all this stuff is happening, but what can you do for you that you would do for a little child if things were not great? You would do the best you could to love them and care for them, give them small treats, whatever it is, to make them feel safe and cared for and loved. So that's what we are doing for ourselves, group 2 this week, is to really nurture ourselves in the best way possible. Whether that's, you know, as we said, hanging out in nature, going and whatever it is you would like to do. So it's about nurturing. Don't worry so much about the material world. Don't worry so much about the external world. Let go of the external material. Let go of like money or anything out there. This is an internal journey for group 2 this week. Let go of that external. There are things that are worrying you, group 2, that may be keeping you awake. This is things keeping you awake at night. So group 2 needs to look at what is worrying them, what is keeping them awake, and address it and comfort that aspect of you. Be that sort of good steward and walk with that aspect of you to face it, to feel it. So for group 2, it's an internal contemplation, an internal facing what might be going on inside of you this week. You've been looking in the wrong direction, or not the wrong direction, but in a direction that doesn't benefit you. So change your viewpoint this week, group 2. And again, so it's about nurturing. It's about looking after yourself. It's about being gentle and kind to yourself, group 2 this week.
Yeah, I think we all could use a bit of that in both groups. Just, I mean, we're all going through this, but you know, deep down, everyone's, you know, we've all been affected by this. We've been, you know, to different degrees, you know, lost jobs, businesses locked inside, you know, all these restrictions, having to, you know, deal with bosses and things who want you to do stuff that's silly. And we've really been, you know, treated like crap, really, haven't we? Like products, like slaves, like prisoners. And a lot of people are taking that on. And I think, yeah, let go of it. You know, an abuser only has the power to abuse you, you know, in a situation like this where it's not physical, if you agree and you give them your attention. You know, unless they got hold of you, then it's all imagined and we get the choice. You know, we can go, well, that's one point of view. Now I'm going to go get another one. You know, be autodidactic and get as many points of view rather than just looking at the box and going, oh my God, everything they say is gospel. It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, time to really let go of things, I think.
Yeah. And I think that if you do have something that you feel is abusive in your life, it's a red flag, to say, how am I being tough on myself? How am I hurting myself? And that's where the nurturing comes in. If you've got things in your life that are hard to deal with, or they're aggressive, or they're judgmental, what can you do to nurture that part of you, to remove yourself from that and do the opposite to what is happening to you?
Exactly. Can you change the frequency? You know, people can throw things at you, but you don't have to catch it. You know, someone can throw a frequency. You don't have to accept that frequency. You can change it. You know, and this is the thing. People are all doom and gloom, and you can go, or you can go, oh, well, that's fair enough. That's, you know, you can go there. That's your choice, your reality. I'm not going there. I see better things, and that's where I'm going. And again, it's all focus, right? Keep repeating myself.
Yeah.
You know, drop the crap and focus on what you want. That's really it. That's where we are at the moment, because we're finding out that all this, you know, structure in our mind of what life is, it's all BS, right? It's all like that card we just looked at, which was, of course, pretty interesting, telling us that the 3D material external world that's given to us, Baphomet card, right? I mean, don't need to say much more about that. That's what it is. That's what the construct is. It's the dark side, guys. It's the dark force. So you can hold on to that and help them, or you can go, well, no, I'd rather be Luke Skywalker. You are not my father. I've got a lightsaber here, and I'm not afraid to use it. Right? So yeah. It's again.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut up because I'm just going to keep repeating myself if I keep talking.
Yes. So I'm
Yeah.
going to bring through some light language for everybody.
Nice.
So this is going to be very specific light language. And what it is going to do is bring peace to the hearts of anybody that hears it. It's going to help you find that river of peace that actually does flow through all of creation, if we wanted to turn and submerge ourselves into it. Yeah? Okay.
Definitely.
Si ombe ambo yeni ambam e ombo e ambo estuyetsa kiketse kukanjatsa istuштеси iki Kenjetsa akikechutsa tse tushdeanaka. Ishtuketsi etsuseti kamba. Estuye justa kamuketsi zesu etikembechutsa. Ijutesi e kuka atsi etushde zakamakike. Ashtie zuzake ocha. Estuye shukambochetsi. Esti zeki kukamba atishtea. Estuštesa omukočena, ištezu, istužrteza ko oteci ekamba ačecaja se ekikenza ečuca. Endujana namakike čuceza z oteace amukuje. Ižecuje cambije tušteza ko očeca. Ižecuje esujeca. Etsujetsa apakulchetsa. Ijetsuyenana. Etsuyetse akuka. Echienza ekuka. Enduka.
Thank you. All right. Well, there we go, guys. Another reading done. And of course, Jo has her own channel. We'll leave the links below. And if you do want to contact Jo, you know, she does do personal readings. Those links will be below as well. And we're going to be back in 2 days, and we are going to do some live card reading. Well, Jo is. I'm not going to. So I'll get the link up today. It'll be 12 midday Eastern Standard Time in Australia.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll do it this time. And so, yeah, guys, if you've got any questions, if you want answered, or if you want a bit of a, short reading or whatever, make sure you join us, and we'll be doing, some live card readings on Tuesday in 2 days. So, I haven't got the link now, but I will put that up on my channel. So keep an eye out, and it'll be up so you can put a reminder on for you. And of course, if you haven't subscribe, hit the like and hit the bell, and you'll be notified of all upcoming videos.
Yeah. Yes. And I will bring through light language on Tuesday for individual people that request it.
Nice. And light language there's a lot of codes and things and attunements going around. So if you feel that maybe you need, a bit of a tune, a bit of a tune up, then maybe you want to join as well, and just see what comes through for you. As you've seen through this series, a lot of times I'm getting light language come through to me, and I can tell you that the world's it's different now than it was when we started this. So this is all definitely part of the journey. It's upgrading our vibration and frequency. So definitely join us, guys. 2 days time. I'll put the link up, and we'll have live readings. Of course, they're just going to be sort of 1-2 card short readings. So don't ring up expecting that you're going to get a free hour with Jo or anything.
And don't ask questions about well, it'll be more of a personal reading rather than about the world, about when things are going to show, all of that.
Exactly. And
I'm more about
you go.
Yeah. I'm more about helping people look, because it all does stem from here. I could tell you that XYZ is going to happen, but if you don't believe it, or you suffer from fear or doubt, it will affect how that actually unfolds. Definitely. So I'm more about individual evolution. Yeah.
And just on that point, we have mentioned it quite a few times. We know a lot of people come out, and they have been for 2 years, saying on this date this will happen. The truth is, things happen when the collective, all of us, are ready, when we all collectively hit a point. So we can't tell you when everyone's going to be ready, and so something will happen. We can sort of say this is in the future, but it's really up to us, which again is the best place to start, inside, because when you start inside, then you're actually starting to affect it. You're not sort of standing on the sideline going, oh, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Give me a date, and then I'll focus and put my whole world around what you said. Because again, that's giving away your power. It's external. And we need to dump that narrative. It's just a narrative. That's it. It's just a story. It's just a narrative. Let go of it. And so get some questions together. One question, and join us in a few days, and we'll do some live readings and see how we go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I haven't ever done it before, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll be there, guys. Maybe I'll even get a card pulled myself. Who knows? They're getting a bit scary. Actually, they're just always the same thing for me, I think, aren't they? Gosh, give me a different card. I just keep getting the same thing.
No, but look,
maybe I'm stubborn.
Changing. That's what this card is.
This one,
the Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Time.
We are spiraling up.
We are.
We might come to the same thing. We might come to the same situation or same issue, but we're coming at it with a wiser perspective, because we've understood something about ourselves the last time we encountered that conflict or that situation. So we become wiser and wiser and more knowledgeable as we spiral up.
Yep, keep getting a higher perspective, indeed. And of course, guys, share this around. I'm going to put a bit more work into this channel. I'm almost at 4,000 subs. So share it around. Help me get up to 4,000, 5,000, and let's start getting these messages out there. And of course, if there's anyone that you want me to talk to, drop it in the comments below. Because I want to start, doing an interview or two a week, and just getting, because we've got to get the light out there, right? So getting the information out that's going to help us, rather than this stuff that's going to trap us. So there we go. I think I've spoken lots of words again, maybe not so intensely this week, but definitely lots of words. So there you go, guys. A good reading. Join us on Tuesday. All Jo's links will be below. And of course, a big thank you to Jo again for the reading.
You're very, very welcome. Very welcome.
Thank you. And we'll talk to you all on Tuesday. And if you miss us then, we'll be back again next week for another Tarot with the Twist.
Week.
Bye for now.
Okay. Bye-bye.